What up, world? It's your boy NOS, and this is the Core Culture Podcast. We're back at it again. It is 7/10/2022. This day is freaking awesome. I'm going to say this right now for a number of reasons. The biggest one is because it was my sister's birthday. So shout out to Anna. Happy birthday. It was awesome today. That fucking food you made was amazing. As always, a pleasure. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Sorry. Get my birthdays out the way today.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out Anna. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It's my sister's
She's having a good
birthday
time.
today,
She's having a
too.
good time.
Oh, wow. Lots of birthdays this month.
Man, look at that. July, bro. July's like, that it's like, do you think there's a month out of the year where more people are, like born on than any other?
I don't know, but in my family right now, July and August are always a lot of Cancer and Leos.
I mean, if you think about like the sex holidays, like if we think about Valentine's Day, let's say, what's 9 months after Valentine's Day? You're in winter, right? You're in like October, November, right? So
that's November. That's my birthday. So
I would imagine, right? Like that to me would be the most, baby boomer moment would be 9 months after Valentine's Day, maybe. Is that right? Or
that sounds about good. So what? So Valentine's is February.
Yeah, February,
right?
March, April, May, June.
So
July,
9 months
August.
later would be November.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of November babies.
A lot of November. Yeah. A lot of November. It's funny because my daughter was born in December. So maybe I was late with the Valentine's Day presents.
Bro, you completely skipped that shit. You just went straight to March and said, "Hey, babe, we're doing it."
Babe, I got these candies 50% off, my love.
That's exactly how you got to do it, though. That's exactly how you got to do it, man. So anyway, I was talking to freaking Yoani, man. We've been doing like a couple art shows. Shit was dope as fuck. If you haven't been to like St. Pete and seen the art shows there, like the art scene there, it's fucking kind of dope, man. I had a really good time. Yoani put me on to some shit. I got to see him in his own show, but we also went to like another show, I think the day before, just to kind of check it out and see what was going on with it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say, man, a bunch of dope artists. We ran into iBombs on Saturday. This kid he paints like he's from our era, but this man's like, like in his early 20s, bro, I believe. And he's amazing. I'm going to have him on the show too. So like, this is just kind of like a prequel. You guys just keep an eye out for it, but I'm going to have him on the show. It's going to be fucking amazing. This guy is a masterful painter. Just dope as fuck. Just want to get to talk to him. That way we could figure out, like what is going to be, like his future, what he's been doing, man, and just kind of get to know him. So look out for that. That'll be in an upcoming episode, hopefully on the following show. So 2 weeks from this week. Keep an eye out for that. It's going to be awesome. I also want to talk about the fact that Yoani's fucking shit was out there and it was dope. And people kept stopping by and shit. Yoani, I'll stop, man. I'll let you talk about it. But it was fucking awesome, man. The experience was great.
Yo, I'm gonna second that notion before Yo goes in. I was checking out your Instagram pages, guys, and I was living vicariously. I was like, wow, I just want to live in Tampa. I want to live in St. Pete. I want to be a half hour away from that shit, 10 minutes. I'm over here in Dark Winter Park, outskirts of Orlando, somewhere near Disney, and I was peeping Yoani going through his set. There was Outkast music playing. We had like all these paintings on the wall. Y'all are slapping high fives to each other. I know this artist. I know that rapper. The stage was filled with like music I'd never heard before. I was like, I don't know any of these artists. This is bugging me out real quick, So that was dope to see, man. So big salute to you guys. My birthday just passed a few days ago, and I was sick.
Happy birthday.
Happy
I was
birthday.
sick as a dog during that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And I was living vicariously through y'all, man. So appreciate that, man. Y'all got me through. One love, yo.
Hey. Anytime, man. Anytime. We got to help each other. You know what I'm saying? In our darkest times and the greatest times.
Well, happy birthday to you, Frankie. We tried to call your ass, but your ass don't ever answer the phone.
I know, bro. I know.
Bro.
I go into monk mode sometimes, monk mode. I go into this like sort of cocoon of creativity, and so I've been like locking down, writing some lyrics. I've been making some beats and then going into the garden, bro, and just getting live, man. But seeing you guys out on the scene, you inspired me, man. I'm ready to blow out that cocoon. Let's go.
Yes,
Yeah, we
bro.
want to have you, bro. We want to see you face to face. Go have a drink with you, chill. Put
We
one
got
to
to
the
get out
head.
there. It just has to be planned in advance. Let's not spur of the moment anymore because that just doesn't work. So it just needs to be planned. I definitely want to get out there, regardless, maybe, and then just like do one of the shows while we're at Frankie's. That way, we'll be like in studio with the cameras and fucking making that shit pop. Although this remote shit's going pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just glad we have it all and we actually get to record and do the fucking show and bring all some fucking video footage of us talking shit for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hey, it's bringing us together, man. Otherwise, this kind of
I
thing
know,
wouldn't
right?
even, it's hard to find in Florida. One of the things about Florida is it's so spread out, and
Yeah.
it's hard to find like minds. It's hard to find people that think alike, A alike, B alike, and C alike. You know what I'm saying? So one
Yeah.
love, blessings to y'all, man. Happy July. We're going into
Oh yeah,
June.
man.
Summer months are gonna be. I'm sorry, June,
There it
July,
is.
August. We're going into
There it
August.
is.
Cheers and pieces and blessings
Cheers, man.
and
Cheers.
pieces. All right,
Cheers to
give
another
it,
year.
yo,
Celebrating Frankie.
my
Up.
man. Give me the breakdown, bro. Why you be all up in the club, bro? Give me the breakdown, bro.
Well, listen.
Nah, bro. Nah. Listen, okay.
Let's really hear what's going
you have
on
a
today.
club VIP entry band tattooed to your wrist, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? I'm jelly, man.
No, no, man. I don't be going out like that. It's just the last 2-3 years I've been trying to jump into the hip hop, art, and photography. All my passions. Just dive in. That's what we're here for. Is to get into the things that we're good at. I'm good at those things. I love them. I'm passionate about them. I've been enjoying the last 3 years getting to meet people, planting those seeds, watering them. And now I'm starting to see some of the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? It's a job still, but it's enjoyment. You know what I mean? We've been to some really hole in the walls just recently, even that were like 5 people jumping in there. But it's okay though. It's a whole vibe. You can't get taken back by the lack of people. You see these young people and they're having a good time. So why am I going to sit there and start thinking negatively? I'll be that 6th person jumping in there. So
for sure.
It's all right. Sometimes, though, you happen to be in a moment where there's a whole bunch of people, and you're like, "Wow, I'm so glad I'm here. This is a whole scene," and I've gotten a few of those experiences in all of those realms. And lately, the hip hop scene had a little bump. It's like all those scenes. You have to deal with people, and when you deal with multiple people, you deal with multiple personalities and views, so people clash and there's drama. That's just the way the world works. And unfortunately, I get mixed up in it, even though I don't want to be. I'm here for the love. I'm here for the community. I'm here for the rap. I'm here for the art. I'm here for photography. Photography. I haven't had no issues. Usually, there's some old cats in their scene trying to take pictures of some young girls, which is very few. And then there's the young cats trying to take pictures of some young girls or good looking models, and there's usually more of them. They're more connected when you're younger. So I've been hanging more with the younger crowd because I want to have more access to more models that because I'm picky about my models. I'd like to have a good looking one. It's not too much to ask. So when I find a good looking one, I'm like, oh yeah, let's run with it. But these good looking ones, they're usually a little bit more stuck up, or they have a little bit more following, and they want to get paid. I understand. So anyway, let me not get too far into that. But in the hip hop and the art, I've had the beefs that I've come across. Some trying to include me in it, and I'm like, I'm just here for the art. I don't want to, and they're like, well, that's naive. You got to understand, if you mess with this circle, that circle may have an issue with this circle, and then they're going to have an issue with you because you're messing with that circle. It's like, I don't care about anybody's circles. I'm here for the art. So y'all need to understand who you're dealing with. So then I just don't get invited to any circle. So that just sucks. But, that's the way it is. I'm not about the beef. I'm about the love and the art. But as far as blessing or us being blessed to where we live and having the connection to get to St. Pete, it takes me about an hour. Tampa's about 30 minutes. And I love the diversity in both. They both offer different things. I love Orlando. I love Miami. I love that we have the option to experience all these different places and different vibes. But just here locally, I get Tampa and St. Pete, and they're so different. They're night and day. And even when I talk to the people in those areas, they're like, "Oh, you're from Tampa?" Or if they're from Tampa, like a couple of guys last night, like, "Yeah, we like the art scene here. You know, we come and enjoy the little artsy fartsy, and then we go back home to the club scene." And I'm like, I understand. You got to tell your Tampa peeps, it's not just about the club. Get a little bit of diversity and culture. Come out here and enjoy the art. We have it right across the pond. Just get and enjoy some new people, new surroundings. It's not about the club and grinding and it's just real gritty in Tampa, which I love. It's where I'm from, where I was raised. But I love the hippie vibe, the peace, the happiness, you know, in St. Pete. You know what I mean? It's just a totally different vibe, and they have a huge art scene. They call it like the little San Fran over here. And you know, they just had the Pride Festival, which was huge over there, and everybody's celebrating Pride Month. And you know, if you're into that sort of thing, that's the place to go. And it's just so many different things going on, and you try to fit it in. So if you see me, like this weekend happened to be loaded with art. So I went to 2 art shows the day before yesterday, and then yesterday I went to 4 of them actually. And even if I'm there late, even if I don't get to see people, I get to go see the art. So last minute, I was at the last one. There was nobody there, but I went and take pictures of the art, got to enjoy it, post it. So you're like, damn, Yoani's the man about town. But really, there was nobody there in the last one. The one before that, there was only a few people there. And the other one that I got to see, a whole bunch of people were there, but it was, you know, kind of winding down. But at least I got to experience it for a moment, make a few connects, because I'm trying to network, you know, get some serious people that are into art. The one that I was involved in, because, you know, I'm going to have to put in more time into the one I'm involved in, because I'm there to try to make some money, sell some art. And I, luckily, at the last minute, I was about to leave. Somebody was like, yo, somebody's interested in your art. So I went to go see. He's a big-ass wrestler, big-ass dude, all tatted up. He's like, yo, how much? And he bought my piece.
Nice.
It was my first piece that I was able to make.
Pause, bro. Congratulations, man.
Thank
Congratulations, man. A little applause right there. You know what I mean? Amazing, man. Good job.
It was a good feeling, man. Okay. I went to that next art show on Cloud 9, like trying to high five all the artists. I was like, I just sold a piece. Because
I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch. But I was when you create something of your own, you know what I mean? Something that I wanted to create, and then somebody liked it and bought it. It's just like somebody making a rap. You don't know how it's going to get perceived and how they're going to want to take it. And when they do, when it's accepted, it feels good. You know, everybody wants to be accepted. That's what it's about. But if it wasn't, I try to take the positive. If I sold nothing, I still had a good time, enjoyed the vibe. It's hot as shit and sweating balls, but it was still cool. You know, they had a little fashion show. They had art, you know. Thank you to Noslin to come out, you know, driving. I know he don't want to drive out that way, but he came out to support. I appreciate it.
I was out there. St. Pete, it's just, it's a ride every time. It doesn't matter where you go. I mean, a half hour is still a decent sized ride. You know what I mean? We're talking, a few miles, you know.
It's about 45 minutes roughly from Tampa. And it's definitely worth it. If anybody is in the area.
But it was downtown, though. It was like downtown St. Pete. It's a little bit more chill. The vibe is a lot different. I'll say this. From going out there for the second one, the vibe on the second one, there was like, wine, and there was like beer, and they had this one dude like selling some like food that was like had this like pesto and chicken and some other shit. And then there was this guy that had like a Kava, like all these different types of Kava, like they were already like flavored and shit. And I was like, damn, bro, that's pretty cool. I didn't think they would ever like mass produce like Kava, because usually you go to these Kava houses and it's fucking like the shit right there. They got it all brewed up and you just drink that shit. You know what I mean? You guys don't know what Kava is.
I've never fucked with Kava. Yeah, break that down for me. Bro.
Yeah. If you don't know what Kava is, it's a natural it's a natural root that gives you a buzz.
It tastes like shit.
You don't get like, it's not like being drunk or smoking pot or none of that dumb shit, right? I'm talking about, it gives you like this natural high, and you like literally just want to talk to people and hang out, and everybody that's drinking, like it's like this conversation thing, and everybody gets going, and bro, you'll sit there for like a few hours and everybody's fucked up together just drinking kava, talking and vibing, and then that's it. That's really what it is. I thought it was funny. It's like there's nothing illegal. It's all natural shit that just grows on this earth that we live on. It just happens to give you a buzz.
I mean,
but it's
that
people think.
You know, I don't just, if I could jump in real quick. The first time I ever heard of Kava was in the back of High Times magazines that were issued in the 90s. We're talking early 90s. I was getting the mail to the house, or I'd go to the bookstore and pick up the discrete copies. They would always hide the High Times magazines with the Playboy magazines, you know? So you had to go up there and be like, I had little dread sprouts, and I was like, hey, can I get High Times magazine, please? You know, and they give me my fucking copy and shit. So that was the first time I ever saw Kava, was in the back of those magazines. They would always sell, like, we can ship you Kava. And I was always like, you know, and I asked people, and they always said to me, oh, it's just coffee. It's just coffee. It's
not really coffee. It's more of
it's like a tea, but it's
I mean,
dark.
they brew it. Yeah, they brew it more like a tea. And I'm not going to lie, it's not the best tasting thing ever. It's kind of, it's a little bitter, but if you can get past that initial like shock of it not being like, oh my God, this is a mixed drink type of thing, and you can just get to the point where you just catch the buzz, it's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I got into it one day because I had a friend of mine, he was doing a live show at this one Kava bar here in Tampa. And I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going to go check it out. I want to go watch the music. I might as well go check it out. So the guy was doing it, and it was like $3 like bowls, really. It was about, the bowl was about, I want to say about that high right there. And it had maybe 3/4 of that section of that filled in with kava, right? And like, you got it for $3. A pretty decent amount of a drink. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say it was like a 12-ounce Coke, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe enough for that, right? I'm here drinking that shit. I was like, bro, this is kind of tough to take down, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like I got a buzz. And he goes, oh yeah. It's you'll feel it immediately. And then like, I'm there drinking it, bro. And I'm about halfway done with this shit. I'm having conversations with the entire squad that's there. All these people in the bar. The guy looks at me, how you like it, man? I was like, yeah, bro, this shit is crazy, man. This is legit, bro. Like, this is legal. And then he's like, oh yeah, there's no problem. It's all natural, blah, blah. He starts telling me the story where it came from, and like there's like certain like because they do like these rituals when you drink it, and you have to like say certain things and do all this stuff, and everybody drinks it together. It's fucking awesome, man.
Wait, hold up, pause, because there's a lounge right next to me, and I've been dying to go in. You're telling me if I go in, there's gonna be some Oompa Loompa shit going on, bro?
No Oompa Loompa shit. Just people say, I'm trying to find the word or the customary word that they say, but you're supposed to say this while you're drinking it. Bula is the word.
Really?
Bula.
Holy
Sorry. Yeah.
shit.
So when everybody's hanging in, everybody's got their shot, right? Like when you're taking a shot, everybody lines up. You got like the whole bar sitting there and they wait. Everybody waits. And then they're like, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3, Bula. And everybody drinks that shit just one down, bro. And you just get wasted on kava. It's legal. So like if you ever want to try that shit, I'm not the spokesperson or anything, but after I figured out what it was actually kind of fun. And I got to like drink it and fucking chill and like really understand what it was. And it's all natural, which is the best part. So, you know.
Frankie, don't listen to him. Listen.
So should I do it or not?
I mean,
you should definitely try.
You should do it. You should do it. You should do it just to do it, but don't get your hopes up because that shit ain't never done anything for me.
Really?
So I have a feeling
different
that
Giovanni has never drank
folks.
a whole glass of it. He never drank a whole glass of it.
No.
So
I drank a
kind of
kava.
like, he was just touching the nipple. He wasn't really going for the.
Yeah, no, he wasn't
for the
drinking
cooch.
it,
Right,
bro.
gotcha.
He wasn't drinking it.
Okay.
He took a few sips. He thought it was gross. Then he told the guy, put some chocolate in it. The guy came with the chocolate syrup and gave it to him, bro. And then he's like, here, try this. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Put
What'd you
some
do to it? He's like,
chocolate
bro,
in
put
it.
chocolate. Oh my God.
It must taste like shit if you got to put chocolate in it, man. What the
It tastes like super shit. Listen,
Bro.
I drank a whole drink and it didn't do shit for me. They said maybe after the first time it may not do a whole lot for you, and your body has to get used to breaking it down. That's what the last guy told me. He said you shouldn't mix it with alcohol because it'll make you feel sick. But they have this other stuff called Kratom or Kratom. Yeah, they call it Kratom. I call it
Kratom or something like that. Yeah, Kratom.
So now that stuff you can mix with alcohol. Not that I tried it because they didn't sell it. They sell that, or you go to another place to sell alcohol. I don't know if they'll sell both at the same place. Anyway, this one bar we went to, I think, did. But when I went to that rap battle last week without y'all, they had that.
Rub it in.
I know, like, hey, we're
rub it in.
Out with you, bro.
Yeah,
when I went to that rap battle without y'all.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother subject
we love you too, cousin.
Like,
yes,
like you know, if you got to go somewhere that you want to enjoy yourself, just fucking go, bro. Don't worry about your friends. Just go. Don't let the world, make you feel like you need to be with somebody to have fun. You know what I mean? I'm a Scorpio. I don't need anybody.
Good advice.
I'll go and have a good time by myself. And those people that I'm like, yo, who did you go with? I'm like, or they're like, I went by myself. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. Like, the people that can go and have a good time by themselves are powerful. You know what I mean? You don't need anybody. You can go have a good time, mingle. Nelson's real good. And I bet you are too, Frankie. You're pretty good about talking to people. So you don't need anybody. When you get there, you are the show. You know what I mean?
If we ever got, because that's the thing the viewers don't know about us, people that are tuning in right now. We have not been hanging out for years, even though we sound like we have. So you get us in a fucking room together, it's over with, bro. We're gonna be destroying, smashing, raping, and pillaging, bro. Forget about it, bro. I'm taking onions. I'm taking goats. I'm taking sheepskins.
That's why I'm dying to go meet. I mean, I'm dying to go see you and vibe with you in person one day. We're just gonna go take over the show, man.
For sure.
I mean, I'll go. Like, my wife is like, she's not like that. She I don't think she's ever been anywhere alone.
Well, wifeys are allowed, bro. We got plenty of seats, bro. We got a wifey seat back here in the drink section.
There's some people that have a problem going somewhere alone. Like, they feel like, oh no, that's boring. Or
how you alone? Lonely. You're not alone, bro. You got the Flying Junkies. You got the Core Culture Podcast. You got Realm Z Studios. We got
without y'all.
We got people
without y'all.
Yeah. Oh,
if I go somewhere,
okay.
I don't need anybody. I will go and just mingle with somebody and have a good time. I've been to concerts by myself. I've been to theme parks by myself. I mean, restaurants.
So tell me a little bit more about this, because I come from a family who has been a unified thing for a long time, right? And I'm recently experiencing the empty nester syndrome, where my home is clearing out. Everything is becoming very solitude, monk mode, monastery kind of, so break this down for me, because you seem like you're very successful in a soloist mind state, not that you don't, like you got your family, you got your women, you got this, you got that, and the third, but break it down for me if you could, Mr.
Well, listen, I have been diving, people are really into, it seems like the last, 5 years or so, really into, or maybe 10 years, the whole crystals and astrology and all this shit. Not to put it down or anything, but I've been reading more on mine, Scorpio. I already know a whole bunch about it, but I keep trying to learn more, and tend to be okay with being alone. They don't have a problem being alone. And I never have had a problem, because, if I had to wait on somebody else to fill my happiness, then I shouldn't need someone else to be happy. You know what I mean? I should be able to find my happiness within. And you may be forced sometimes. You maybe I wanted to go to that Outkast concert, and I didn't go in 2016, the last one that they went to, because one, it was a weeknight and it was raining, and I was alone, and I had to drive somewhere, and I was like, those were excuses. If I could go back in time, I would have gone. I don't care if it was a weeknight or raining or alone, because this was Outkast last time they toured, and I've never gotten to see them live. So don't let something hold you back because of your insecurities of feeling like somebody's going to look at you. Look at them there looking all lonely and alone. Don't give a damn about what anybody says. You go talk to that next person next to you and be like, yo, this is some dope shit, right? Yeah, we're having a good time. Yeah, right? No, so don't worry about it. I'll go. I went to some concerts like DMX. I was pretty much alone. I went with my boy, which Nas, Mario Iglesias. What's up, Mario? It was just his birthday. Happy birthday. And
What up, Mario?
And we got split up in the crowd. It was so thick.
Yeah.
I had to go back to get my sister because she came late, and I had to keep on working my way back up. But where I worked my way through the line back up, he was on the other side. I was like, I guess you're gonna have to chill over there by yourself, and I'll be over here. But it didn't matter because we were all vibing. When you're in a crowd, you just vibing. I started mashing with all the big dudes next to me, having DMX, just having a good old time. I didn't care. I'm there for the moment, the experience, and it was one of the best nights of my life. And and that's what it's about. I would have missed out on one of the best nights of my life if I would have worried about, oh, well, so-and-so ain't with me. And I'll send my text messages, yo, DMX tonight, you down? I know I sent a bunch. Only Mario responded. And
he was the only one that was down to go see DMX, bro. Come on.
I had to pay for him to go.
Oh my
you know
God.
what I mean? I never got that money back, but it's all right.
Hey, bro, you still got that money for the DMX concert, bro?
Yo, you prepaid? You prepaid, bro? You better get that Ellen DeGeneres card, bro.
Oh my God! All right, well, shit, man. Let's switch gears up here and let's talk about an upcoming verses that I definitely want to see. This is probably the R&B verses that we should have had to begin with, but we got Ray J and these other dudes. Well, not to talk bad about anybody. It wasn't that good. Sorry. But I do want to see Usher versus Chris Brown. Now, I bring this up because of course, I'm on Twitter and I was looking through like people talking about this shit. And there's this big debate on who they think the best is. Now, I've already made my choice, but I want to hear from you guys. Who would you go for? Chris Brown or Usher?
I mean, I'm going to go with Usher because I love Usher. And not to take anything from Chris Brown. Chris Brown is awesome, so it's going to be a good show. It's a good versus. And Chris Brown, I'm going to go, if we had to pick a dancing category, and I guess I'm going to probably go with Chris Brown with the dancing. But we're talking to R&B, I'm going to have to go with Usher. Not, like I said, Chris Brown is some good competition. I'm sure he's going to bring the show. But if I had to pick someone, it's going to be Usher. He's got a couple of songs on there that if I want to get in a certain mood, that's the man I'm putting on. You know what I mean? He's the man right there. He's versatile, and he's not just bringing one thing. And Chris Brown seems to have a certain sound. You know what I mean? Usher tends to have a little bit more variety of things to offer. Chris Brown usually has a similar sound, but he has some great hits. Awesome. He's a good upbeat, and he's got kind of a hip hop type of feel to him. And I would say Usher doesn't. So if anything, Chris Brown would offer that. But in the verses, I'm gonna go with Usher.
Okay, all right. Yoani wants Usher. Frankie, who are you going with?
Wow, this is a good one. So we got Usher versus Chris Brown, right?
Yep.
I see them as very different artists that really can't be thrown into a blender together. And that's only because when I think of Usher, I think of him as this new age solo R&B artist that started very young, came up through the ranks, very adult, very calm music, very adult. And the opposite for Chris Brown. Chris Brown is like this hyper, non-sensitive, I'm going in, I don't give a shit kind of a vibe, right?
Yeah.
So Usher kind of has a more adult connotation now. As weird as that sounds, is him starting out as this young kid. So here's a way for me to break it down for you, like to just dumb it down, sugarfy it, Oompa Loompa that motherfucker, right?
Oompa Loompa that bitch.
You know what I'm saying, right? So Chris Brown is New Jack Swing, right?
Okay.
And Usher is Keith Sweat R&B. Does that make sense? Right? You know what I mean? Like one is like everybody's humping around, and the other one is like merry-go-round. The other one is like I'm getting all up in it and shit. So and then the other thing we got to remember is like Usher spawned an entire generation of careers where Chris Brown is still just a career. He's just like, I got my own career. I'm Chris Brown. I fuck with people. I do, crazy shit. Usher has created Justin Bieber. He's done so many things that we'll never know of, projects he's ghost written for, produced for, right? The dancing elements. We can have them both battle. So this would be a great versus. I don't know what you guys think of the dancing thing. Like, who would take who out on the dancing?
Chris Brown has got the dancing.
I think I got yeah.
I'm gonna agree there too. I think Chris Brown definitely has more of the dance moves. Although this is my pick, I'm also gonna go with Usher. He is the quintessential R&B guy. Okay, really dope ballads, dope pop shit that he did too. Just a good mix of just great music, great love stories he sang about. The Confession song, which was like super big. I mean, this was shit that was like monumental. That changed how R&B was being pushed at that time. So for me, talent-wise, I feel like Usher has the edge on it. But
let me ask you something.
For the dancing, definitely Chris.
If you're gonna get it on with your girl, who you putting on? And I'm opening that up.
No, I'm definitely going with Usher on that too.
No. I mean, any R&B or anything. You're getting it on. You're gonna have some whoopee, as they say.
If I'm really gonna be doing some shit, fuck that. I'm gonna break out the fucking big guns and just bring Jodeci in.
Yes, boy. Yeah. All right, back in the day.
Jodeci into the game.
Yes.
I'm just gonna pull out my Jodeci and we'll be like, bam, and just drop it and let that shit
forever
play. And by the time we're done.
If you're talking
so much to me. Yep. Oh,
what?
Watch out. Hold on. Watch
out.
On, bro.
90s. If you're talking 90s R&B. The kings of R&B, that's Jodeci to me. If I had to pick somebody, it's Jodeci. But I'm Usher all day. I mean, if I got to today pick, it's always going to be Usher. But if I was to pick talent-wise, to me, with the most talented male singers of all time, to be Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight, you're putting on Brian McKnight to make love to your girl. Okay.
No. I said the most, the most talented male singer to me of all time is Brian McKnight. But I mean, it's a different vibe. Usher's got a little bit more of a, a little push in there. It was just a little push there. You know what I mean?
McKnight.
Is that what it is?
Shit.
You know what I mean? He's got a little bit more dance, a little more, so he's got a little tempo. Brian McKnight is usually like, I'm going to make love to you. And I don't necessarily want to make love all the time. You know what I mean? I just want to do my thing. So
you just reminded me of something, bro.
No, I'm just listening to this guy.
Bro, do you remember the Nelsons? What was that group called, bro? They were like twin brothers in the 90s.
But I'll tell you, one of my favorite songs, if I had to pick
the Nelsons,
I'm going to find this for you.
If I had to pick one song.
Yeah, that was the band, Nelson.
Is that what they were called?
That's the band name, yeah.
My love is a 187.
That is the competition. Now, didn't Bryan Adams do a song that was what was it? What was his song? Did you say Bryan Adams?
I said Brian McKnight. Brian Adams, the white dude.
You're talking about the guy that made a video on an airplane where he was about to die and he had to call his lady and he's like, "Yo, baby, I'm on an airplane. We're about to crash." Brian McKnight.
I don't remember that video, but
then you're not a Brian McKnight fan, bro.
You're not a Brian McKnight fan, bro.
Listen, I don't know how you don't know who Brian McKnight is,
bro. I know.
Do you know who the Whitehead brothers are? My love is a 187. That's my favorite R&B song of all time. If I had to pick one song to get in the mood instantly, that's it. And next second choice would be Jodeci. Jodeci, Devontae, Casey and JoJo.
Okay.
Do you remember that song? It's undeniable. Where he starts in the airplane and everything's going great. He's going to Hawaii and shit. And his wife's at home like, "Baby, I love you. Bring me back some coconuts. And I just want to make sure that you get a suntan," right? And then all of a sudden, bang, the plane goes down. And he's got to, he picks up the phone because back in the day, the planes had the phone in the seat. Picks up the phone and he's like, "Yo, baby, I think I'm going to die." Plane crashes and he's walking through the field. It's undeniable. Oh,
no,
come on, bro.
Don't remember that.
All right, I'm gonna send you.
Sorry, bro. But let me tell you,
mind,
even though the man is obviously sick but he is one of the most talented R&B singers, producers of all time. I'm gonna give it to R. Kelly. 12 Play is one of my favorite albums of all time. Now, if I'm talking bumping, grinding, getting the mood, that's the one. But like I said, Whitehead Brothers. If you don't know who that is, look it up. My love is a 187, or your love is a 187. That song, your love is a 187.
It goes on
Taking
and
me
on
to
and
heaven.
on. You give me a really good feeling.
I was like,
Yeah,
Aaliyah?
That
Like,
shit is the
Aaliyah
Yeah,
jam,
with
bro.
this?
Stop
Aaliyah.
playing.
Yeah, I mean, I
Stop
used to try to
playing.
be. You remember back in the day, we didn't have. I mean, we worked things differently. We were trying to kick it to a girl and make her feel like, okay, we're romantic. We used to make mixtapes. Remember that?
Yeah.
Make a mixtape for a girl to show
Here you
her
go,
all
my
the
love.
feelings.
What?
Yes,
These are
I
all
would
your
probably
favorite
put some.
songs. Yep.
I would used to have Ralph Tresvant. Remember that?
Ooh,
Mr.
wow.
Damn,
Sensitivity.
bringing back Ralph.
Wow.
Wow.
You need
Yes,
a man with
with
sensitivity.
sensitivity,
A
a
man
man
like
like
me.
me. Yes. I used to play it over the
Yo,
phone.
come on, son. Stop fucking playing, bro. You
All right,
like
all right.
that's
Quick,
coochie
quick.
snatcher music, bro.
Hey, real quick quiz. Ralph Tresvant was also on a super group. Name that group.
That was shits on the tip
New
of my tongue.
edition.
New edition.
Yes.
Yes. Do I
Yes.
win a
And
cruise?
he was one of the originals.
Bobby Brown.
I don't get a
what?
prize for this.
One of the
man?
originals.
Yo, where's my Core Culture podcast T-shirt, bro?
I'm talking about, bro. I'm telling you, we're like
These
pulling the gems
contests,
out
bro,
today.
are so open-ended, bro. I'm jelly, bro. What the fuck, man?
Come on, dude. This guy. I mean, your boy brought up the Nelsons. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we need to come up with a group called the Noslins.
Oh my God, that's it. It's on.
Two
Biggest
twin
no play.
Noslins, bro. It's over with.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
over
It's
with,
just two of me. Well, these guys were brothers, though. It was Matthew and Gunner was the other guy.
Matthew and Gunner.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you come up with that, bro? You're gonna be
Their
Matthew.
last name was Nelson.
You're
They're
named
like,
after
"Let's
the
just call the
Bible.
band
Your
Nelson."
name's Gunner. You know, like, wait, whoa. Somebody was religious and the other person was pro Second Amendment.
You know the dad was like, "Babe, since you named the first one, it's my turn for the second one. I'm gonna name him after my grandpappy's grandpappy, Gunner."
Gunner.
Yep.
Gunner.
Oh,
Baby,
that's
look,
right.
he's
And then,
7 years
and then it
old
happened.
holding a rifle like that. I told you we named him. That naming him Gunner was the right thing to do. Look at that boy.
Shit.
Look at him stand up straight.
Oh man. So anyway, some of the crazy stuff, man. You know what I'm saying that we've been seeing, but I'm just saying all these bands were important. These singers, these people, and it all kind of ties into this verses. Like we're gonna be looking at two. I want to say it. I'm gonna say it. They're two titans in the R&B industry. One a little bit more wilder than the other, but they both made an impact across the board. Okay,
And both made connects in hip hop, impacts. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I was just talking
hands
about
down.
I saw a little article on Chris Brown talking about who he would choose as his Mount Rushmore of rappers. He was naming Pac, Biggie, Rakim. I mean, he loves hip hop. I gotta appreciate those that love. And Jay-Z, he had mentioned Nas, but then and Big L, also, but he had pulled back Nas for Biggie. These people that love hip hop and are connected to hip hop, you gotta love that shit. Like I said, he's got a certain vibe, hip hop vibe. Usher's has some features with hip hop artists, but he's still strictly, to me, straight R&B.
Yeah.
Chris Brown's a little bit more fresher, younger sound, but they both have a lot to offer. It's a great versus battle, and I love to see good versus battles that are not like one-sided.
Yeah.
The last two I didn't give two shits about. Ray J and
the verses with Ray J and these cats, I was like, Bobby Valentine, all them dudes. I mean, no disrespect to any of them guys, man. But they're good, but they're not on like Chris Brown, Usher level. I mean, the only guy that could probably try and compete would have been Mario, I think. but everybody else no.
If I was to think of, like I said, who, all right, let's say I know that Jodeci is multiple people in a group, but I was thinking, who would I put them against? Because to me, they're one of the best R&B groups of all time. Who would you choose to go against? I think R. Kelly. R. Kelly against Jodeci would be a dope versus, even though it's one guy.
No, because I'd want it to be two boy bands. It wouldn't be the same. Like
but he's got a bunch of hits. They would have.
Yeah, but I mean, but let's really put it up. Let's really put it.
Then you might as well
test,
say New Edition then. Jodeci against New Edition.
There you go. Jodeci versus New Edition. Half the people from New Edition I don't even think are around anymore, and if they are, I don't know if they're singing still. But that would still be an amazing versus though, hands down.
But who would you choose versus if you had to choose of just hip hop?
Just hip hop.
Your choice.
Right now,
Let's
I want to see. I want to see a classic, which is, I want to see Jadakiss versus Fabulous.
Okay. How about Cameron? No. You don't give a shit about Cameron?
No, not really that worried about. Cameron's a good artist as well. No disrespect there, but he's not on like my list. Like when I look at my list of like this is shit that I listen to, Cameron's not on the highest. I mean, he's got some good tracks. Don't get me wrong. I like his music. When I think of if the people that I actually want to see do a versus, he's not on that list yet.
Who was it again that you said?
For what?
The versus? You said
the versus. Jadakiss and Fabulous, bro. Yes. Okay.
And besides them,
two very, very premium artists that if they were to go up there, they both have a shit ton of albums. They both have hits. I mean, like actual hits that they can go back and forth for a while before like anybody would say, oh, well, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see. So Jada Fabulous, if you guys can hear me out there, I'm just putting that shit into the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put it out there. I'd love to see you guys in the verses.
Everybody put a lot on Fabulous, and to me, he wasn't all that fabulous. I mean, he's good. I ain't going to take it away from him, but he ain't on the level that they're talking about. Jadakiss, though, he's on another level. You know what I mean? He's hard.
From his Locks days until like present day, man, he still
hasn't lost
probably one of the dopest. One of the dopest. That raspy voice is just
his raspy voice.
You know what I'm saying?
His bars, his willingness to attack. He ain't holding back for anybody. You know, this Jadakiss we're talking about. He earns his respect. The other guys in the group, you know, they're sidekicks. But
whoa, easy, hold up,
wait, hold on,
nah. Styles P, my life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. Remember that shit with Pharoah Monch, bro? Come on,
I'm not saying,
legendary,
I'm
bro.
Not
Stop,
saying,
nah.
I'm not saying he don't have skills, but you put him up against Fabulous. I mean, Jadakiss will eat him up,
bro. I don't know. Styles P is as good.
I'm gonna disagree.
I feel that they are equal.
I'm gonna
their
disagree.
Ability to spit fucking bars.
No, Jadakiss is the king.
Not no bullshit.
You know, hey, listen. Bars. We can all beg to differ and argue either which way. They're both nasty lyricists, you know what I'm saying? But man, come on, man. When you really think about like the impact, the entire Locks getting signed by Diddy's clan, by Uptown, what was it, Uptown Records at that time, and then going on to do the Locks album where they forced them to wear fucking suits and shit, you know. But D12. Oh, not D12. What is it? Oh my God. What am I thinking of? Not D12, bro. D Block. You know what I mean? Everywhere we go, people, bro, you can't have any of that without Styles.
I saw Jadakiss.
So let me do this. Let me bring this back around because we're all kind of, getting on our glucose levels right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring this back around real quick. I wrote a little topic. I was thinking of you guys all week. You know, like I mentioned earlier in the show, I was under the weather, but I was sitting there like, we got a show coming up. I got to come up with something dope, you know. So I sat there and I cracked a beer and I wrote down a couple of things. So I wanted to get Yoani's opinion on it. I wanted to get Nasan's opinion on it.
Yeah.
And this is touching right on the topic. We're like rolling right into the same sort of area. Speaking of Styles P and speaking of Jadakiss, right? I wanted to talk about rappers that have become entrepreneurs after the hip hop game, after rhyming, after being rappers, after going through that whole Doug Street, you know, I got a record deal shit. what have they done with their money, right? So I hopped online real quick, and I had remembered I've been watching this podcast called Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to EYL. And they were talking about Styles P and Jadakiss and how they are investing their money into juice bars.
Yep.
So us talking about D Block and all this, right? I was like, this could be a great way to segue in. So we have Styles P, who opened up a juice bar called Juices for Life. Yep. He's working with our boy Jadakiss on that, which to me is a shock, only because, you know, here you have someone who's representing the street culture, sort of like this vibe of like, I'm a thug, I'm a gangster, I eat fucking Cheetos and onion rings all day, you know what I'm saying? And here we got a juice bar, you know, so that blew my mind. You got Questlove, he got his little like vegan sort of chicken spot. It's like some kind of weird, you know, mash of the two together. Like it has a vegan side to it, and then there's also chicken hiding in there. So, you know, big shout out Questlove if you're hungry. So I wanted to tap your brains, man. I got a list here. I got a few guys that have done some things. I don't know if you guys know of any rappers who have contributed to something entrepreneurial, preferably dealing in food. You know, liquor's okay. So I wanted to go down the list, man. You guys ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, do it.
Anybody think of anything off the head? I want to see if I can knock them off my list.
Off the head, I'm gonna go with he's not the best rapper, but you know, you got to give it to Diddy. He's one of the most entrepreneurial hip hop rappers of all time. He's up there. I was just seeing a little video clip with Fat Joe, talk about, you know, he saw who was it that he said came and saw him and saw his big old chunky, it was Jay-Z, big old chunky chain. I was like, yo, but you know, then now he's like, see where they're at with hundreds of millions of dollars. Now he's like, yo, it's like, what have I been doing? You know what I mean?
So he saw Jay-Z, so he saw the 40/40 Club.
Some of them have making the right moves. Jay-Z obviously and Diddy are at the top of that list, and 50 Cent. Those are to me the trio there that have done the biggest gains of entrepreneurial decisions in the game.
Okay.
And you got to go give it to Queen Latifah, because she's the next one that pops in my head.
Oh, wow.
She's one of the old G's of rap, and she's done big things. You got to give it to Big Boy. Big Boy has been doing big things.
Now, wait. Now, back up a second. Pause for a second, because you're going rapid fire on me now. So you said Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, what was her restaurant? What was her entrepreneurial?
Oh, well, you're talking about food specifically? I don't know all the restaurant.
Yeah, man, I was talking food specifically. I mean, what did she do? Was there something she did that entrepreneurially, did she do something that, you know, made a difference other than making dope music?
I know she did, you know, makeup, and she was one of those. And what is that one called? The big makeup company. Anyway, I can't think of it right now.
Oh yeah. She's got some makeup deals, but that's more like getting sponsored, you know. Yeah, I'm talking like what I'm talking here, yo, is think about Rick Ross, right? Rick Ross came out with the Wings. You know, he didn't come out with it, but he bought into the Wingstop. He put heavy amounts of money into it, started owning franchises everywhere, and now he has rhymes about lemon pepper steppers and go get me a bag of wings from the Wingstop, and I love the hurricane sauce, and he's referencing to that, you know. So I'm trying to like go back in time sort of and think of these rappers that have turned themselves into food
I got one. I got
know?
one for sure.
All right, bust it.
Bun B and Trill Burgers.
Ooh, wow.
You looked that shit up.
I didn't even think of that one. That was a good one.
No, bro. I sent you, matter of fact, I sent you a post. I think I sent both of you guys a post from Instagram.
Yes.
Where
I remember that now.
They were all dudes, like all these rap guys, they all had their own food, and they were going out to do like this food festival thing, and they were the food that was going to be there. And Trill Burgers happened to be one of them. I was trying to remember them all off the top of my thing. I was trying to go through like my Insta to find the post that I sent you guys, but I 100% sent both of you. And it was weird that like he brought this up, because I was like, yo, I was going to talk about this shit. I was like, I gave it to you guys. Like, these motherfuckers are like selling food now.
Man. Yeah.
Coming up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, if you want to narrow it down to food, you're getting a little tricky. I'm just talking about big moves, big entrepreneurial moves. And you're talking about 50 Cent with his vitamin water.
Ooh, that's a good one. Moves. Good one. Good one, because I was thinking food, like consume, but that's totally a fucking food, bro. That's probably one of the biggest ones because it's nothing but sugar water, bro. It's nothing but sugar, water, and some dye, and this motherfucker made billions on it. Where you got
Biggest
I'm
moves of
looking
all
at my
time.
list right now. We got Nas. He just came out with Sweet Chick, right? So they're doing a chicken and waffles sort of vibe, and supposedly, I found this interesting. It's sort of shocking, but apparently chicken and waffles comes from up north, not down south.
That's a surprise.
So
look at that.
Nas's whole thing as well, come to Nas, Nas's Sweet Chick, because we created this shit. We are the originators, right? So I find that interesting. You got Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Who remembers those guys?
Yeah, of course, Mark.
Right?
Mark
Come
Wahlberg.
on, Mark Wahlberg, right?
He's got a lot of shit going on. He's got, I know, a clothing line, I think, right now.
He's fucking with the clothing thing for sure. He's got Gap deals and Guess deals and every company under the book. But
his
on top of wearing clothing,
the Wahlburger.
his extremely
that's his brother's thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it, brother. You got it. Mark Wahlberg and the Wahlburger brothers. Do you know, Mr. Yoani? Do you know what the Wahlburger secret is? Not the secret, but what the niche thing about their business is?
No, they put a Wahlburger burnt sign on the top? I don't know. I had one. I didn't see anything special about it.
You didn't notice, but next time you go to Wahlburgers to eat, big shout out to Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Pay attention to your burger, and you'll notice that all the toppings are on the bottom bun.
Okay.
So their entire niche is putting the toppings on the bottom. And if you watch their documentary, oh no, it's not a documentary, it's a reality TV special. They explain why. They say because their parents hated when their 27 children were running around with onions and ketchup and mustard on them. So they started stuffing everything in the bottom of the burger so they wouldn't see what the hell they were eating, and they would stop them from spilling the shit on their bodies, So I found that interesting. There you go.
Nice.
Little tidbit about the Wahlburger boys.
Little trivia. Thanks.
There it is.
Frankie Zambrana.
And let me just bang out the list real quick. Yo, NOS, you might like this because you're Cuban. Your boy Pitbull. Apparently, he owns a huge equity stake in Miami Subs. Who would have thought?
I love Miami Subs.
Pitbull owns Miami fucking Subs.
Listen, if I had the money, I would own some Miami Subs. If y'all haven't tried Miami Subs, you better get your ass down to Miami and try one. They are very versatile. They have ice cream. They have beer. They have burgers. I mean, they got a whole variety of options. And they used to have one in Tampa that I used to go to all the time, and then they closed it down. So every time I'm in Miami, I make sure to stop at Miami Subs.
I love it, bro. It's a legendary. It's like, everybody who ever smoked a joint, bro, skipped school, you know what I mean, and got the munchies, they went to a Miami Subs at one point, bro. Come on.
I mean,
bro.
don't get me
curly
wrong.
Fries, bro. Stop playing.
Yeah, I love the seasoned fries. Don't get me wrong. It's not like fantastic, but if you want to go and you get to go enjoy a nice burger and then top it with a nice ice cream dessert with some nice seasoned fries and then ice cream at the end, I mean, and then drink a beer, I mean, you there. You there for a while just chilling and talking shit. I mean,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Miami Subs is the shit. It's a little usually in a ghetto part of town, but it's a good spot. I mean, as far as a lot of these people, they want to bring out their tequilas or their different perfumes or drinks, but as far as food goes, I have nobody that just comes to mind. So you'll have to keep going on your list.
NOS, give us one, man. Come on, give us a taste. I see you over there Googling, bro. What's up?
Bro, I'm trying to look at all the people that I'm trying to find that list I had, man, that I sent you guys.
Yeah.
I know that one of the biggest.
Pitbull is jumping in there too. He's got a place. I think it's called Miami Mangoes.
Yeah, that's right. He's doing Mama Juana. You guys heard about that?
Yeah, that Dominican shit. I know.
Whoa.
But he's been doing this for a minute. Like he's like opening this shit up and making it happen. So there are a lot of guys. I think they got a lot of the artists that did get into these kind of things, like food in general. Some of them do pretty well. Some not so much, right? It's kind of crazy. Like you start to think like which one of them actually did well and which ones haven't. You know what I mean?
Well, like Nas likes to say, if you want to be successful, you got to find those different avenues of revenue stream. So you got a big entrepreneur businessman is Pitbull. He's gonna find it. I mean, not that he's hip hop. Well, you know what? He is hip hop. He did come out with some hip hop. So I'm gonna put Shaq on my list. Shaq
yes.
is one of the biggest entrepreneurs of all time. He's got so many things, and he's dipping his toes in all kinds of avenues and restaurants, and he owns a chain of a ton of stores of different kinds. So I'm gonna put Shaq on the list. He's not the best rapper, but I love you, Shaq.
Shaq. Does Shaq have like a Shaq burger or something like that? Does he have like a
if the Shaq Attack? If he had a burger, I'd call it the Shaq Attack. But man, no, for real, Shaq has a whole bunch of restaurants and all kinds of businesses and chains, and he's making tons of money.
Here you go, my brother. He's opening a chicken spot in North Texas.
Rick Ross is a big entrepreneur.
Oh, well, they're making me pay for the subscription, of course.
It's Big Chicken Shack is the name of the place. So if you guys are wondering, that's what it's called. It's called Big Chicken Shack, okay? And it's just a bunch of awesome chickens. There's one that he has. It's like a crispy chicken. It's got mac and cheese.
Making me hungry.
Crispy fried onions and, like a garlic barbecue aioli type of thing.
Stop, bro. Were you NOS, were you a waiter in your past life? Were you a server?
I mean, I'm just reading the description. It's literally on their menu.
If you were, you would have got the best tips, bro.
Bro,
you were
real,
breaking
right?
it down. You were like, this iceberg lettuce was secured from a prominent location in the Himalayan mountains. We secured it under a salt mine, which was over a pond, which had a waterfall and butterflies. It was the most amazing thing ever. There were gold mines and copper mines to the left and right. There were explosives. It was diamonds, blood diamonds everywhere. Like, bro.
Yes.
Wow. $50 tip.
Exquisite.
So who you got?
Thank you for the Shaq burger, bro. Blah. $50 tip.
Man. So yeah, but it's all chicken, and there's just a bunch of different chicken sandwiches, man. It's fucking dope.
I could fuck with it.
And it's coming to Florida soon, very soon.
Oh my God. Do you see? They got a macaroni and cheese on top. Oh my.
That's what I'm telling you.
Put the mac and cheese.
That's the one I just read.
Inside the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, you see it? Shit. Oh, it's so good.
Oh shit.
I want to eat that shit right now.
I have a story about Shaquille O'Neal. So young Frankie hovers. I used to go by Nevertheless back in the day. I'm still Nevertheless, but that was, everybody knew me by Never. So young Never walking down the block, and he hears a motorcycle gang coming by. Woo, woo. And I'm on Church Street Station, which is a very prominent tourist destination in Orlando. And we hear these motorcycles, they're ripping, whop, whop, and people are doing wheelies. Bikes are lit up. And this is not like, this is the 90s. This is young me. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, these guys have some amazing futuristic bikes. They look like a scene out of Akira, the animation, the animation.
Hell yeah.
They pull up, bro, and all of a sudden there's this one dude that looks like a Sasquatch. Like, it looks like a tree towering above everybody. And it's like,
with this humongous 3-wheel bike.
Bro, nah, 2-wheel bike, bro, regular like everybody else's. But imagine if you hit it with a zap ray and you set the zap ray to like 3 times size. Bzz, whoop, 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 whoop. That shit grew. And there's Shaquille O'Neal, bro. He's in a Superman outfit, not like with a cape, but he has like a biker, a bike outfit, full on leather, but Superman all over it. And the cops are waving him in. And I'm thinking, oh shit, Shaquille O'Neal just pulled up and he's about to get fucking arrested. This is no cell phone cameras. This isn't like, pull out you had to have, this was like the film days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You still had film cameras, bro.
Yeah.
So there's Shaq. He pulls up, I have a film camera on me. I actually snapped a picture and I have a picture of this. Maybe I'll insert it here if I get a little time to find that. But he pulls up on this big ass bike, Superman outfit. The cops give him some love. It was one of the first times I realized that Shaq ran the fucking country, man. He was down with the Orlando Magic then. He had full reign. The cops loved him. Everybody loved him. And you see why, bro. Look at this guy. Come on. He's just like, he's creating jobs all day. He's giving back. He's one of these real people that he didn't sell his soul. Does that make sense?
Yeah, bro.
didn't sell his soul.
I never met the dude, but he looks so down to earth, and I love that about him. He has always stayed real. He has made connections across the board with all type of walks of life. He is the man. I love you, Shaq.
Yo, yeah. Like, right? You can't even hate the fucking
Yeah.
guy. I'm sure everybody got a bad side to them. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a grumpy Shaq out there somewhere that people don't like, but he's like one of those rare celebrities that's from our neighborhood that knows that I don't know if you guys know, but he fucked with the Fushnikins back in the day.
No,
right?
I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay. He did a song called Can We Rock? What's Up, Doc? And he did a few others with the Fushnikins. He also came out with his own hip hop album, his own little rap project. One of my closest people in the game that I've worked with hand in hand on some of the biggest things known to man came through my camp. So big shout out to Ruff from the Warheads who produced a beat on Shaq and the Fushnikins project together. To this very day, he's got some shit with him, Smiles and Style Star, a few other like big local rappers or whatever. But we got to remember Shaquille O'Neal was Orlando Magic. He's a local. He comes from Central Florida, still has roots here. So big shout out to the man Shaq. One love, peace and
Doesn't he
blessings. I
still
hope to
live
get a
over
fucking
here?
chicken sandwich. Let's go.
Does he still live in Florida?
Doesn't he still live over here?
Come on, a rich guy like that, he got property. He probably got property by you guys, bro. St. Pete, chilling, lounging.
No, I have a feeling that no matter where he's at, he's going to be seen, and I don't ever see his ass over here. I think he's still over there. But he's one of those guys you just can't hate. I mean, you
he
can't
lived
hate
in
on
Orlando for 20 years.
Nah.
All right. He
You
lived in
love
Orlando
this
for
dude.
20 years. Like literally lived in Orlando for 20 years and then he moved to Miami or some shit like that. I remember it was the last thing that I read. But I mean that's pretty typical,
But
right?
now,
Like, he
now
gets
I
so
will
big.
let me jump in, NOS, because he moved. I actually traveled to Texas for the first time in my life in the last I don't know, 8 years. I traveled to Texas. First time in my life. And I passed by a neighborhood where a buddy of mine said, "Hey, guess who's building a house over here? Shaquille O'Neal."
He probably
reason I
never
bring
stays
that
in
up-
that.
Say what?
I say he probably has so many houses, probably barely stays in any of them.
I mean, any rich guy would, man. But the reason I bring it up is only because I see one of the locations for his new restaurant is in Austin, Texas. So it kind of
he's
rang
trying
a
to be
bell.
close to operations.
And I remember like, I was in a weird place in Texas that when I mentioned it to people, they said, "That's not Texas." I was like, "Oh, it's in Manville, Texas." And they were like, "Manville? I've never heard of it, So some off the radar, underground shit. Paparazzi can't find me, live my life, low wages, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Probably own some avocado farms and chicken coops, right?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, he does. He does. Well, shit, man. Let's take a little quick break and talk about some albums released for 22 this year. One that I was 100% waiting on was the God Don't Make Mistakes by Conway the Machine. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Ioani. I bet Frankie probably has. If he's looked it up or he's at least seen it. Conway the Machine used to be one of the guys from the power group Griselda. It was the 3 guys, all from Buffalo. They also did their own, solo albums too. But Conway the Machine specifically, the God Don't Make Mistakes is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like if you like up north bars, good ass fucking beats, bro, a little bit of lo-fi in there, fucking just a mix of just dope shit. Listen to this album, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my pick this year. For
I'm gonna say that I was looking forward to this whole Lupe Fiasco album.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I didn't want to get my hopes up high, but I didn't really like any of the songs. But there was one banger on there. So, and then I think I read new album by who was it? I can't think who it is right now, but I'm gonna have to check it out because I haven't heard it yet. Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Did he just come out with a new album?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That's a dope album regardless. I mean, but I wouldn't have expected anything less from him anyway. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick's just dope, bro, in general. So like when he brings something else out, it's gonna be good. And this one's dope as fuck too. I mean, it looks like it's well
Kendrick's a
received.
piece, man. Kendrick's a special.
yeah.
You know, he's a special project. You know, he's got a lot of big hands, sort of puppeteering things. So everything's got to kind of be artsy and sort of like, you know, we need a little bit of Kanye mixed with a little bit of, you know, and it's kind of like sprinkling this and that in. So I know he got a lot of critical acclaim for his he kind of embodied oh man, what was that guy that got slain?
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey.
Yeah.
He embodied
in the
like
video, in the videos
look,
where remember like where he's changing faces and shit.
Shit's wild, right?
Constantly.
How people see shit, man, you know.
Fucking dope, man.
I mean, it would be like you seeing, you know, a picture of Jesus or Leonardo da Vinci painting and you recognize a sort of anguish in the face, right? You know?
Yeah.
So are they trying to equate Nipsey with, you know, some sort of iconic work of art, meme-faced sort of warrior, if that makes sense, you know? Or is this just like irony?
I think Nipsey just happened to be a guy from the hood that came up and tried to give the hood more, providing them with things. He did a lot of stuff like locally in the community that people admired him for. I think the fact that like he died young was from animosity from his peers, honestly. You know, local cats, they all seen him coming up. He's doing big. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's an issue where it just won't work. You know what I mean? Like they have to like, you know, retaliate in some way, which is stupid because we lost somebody that was extremely talented, great for the community. And, you know, it just like, it all went away so quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was one of those artists that like, if he would have had time, he would have did it real big, bro. Like I think he would have been as big as like, let's say a Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Or a Pac.
I don't know.
On that level.
When I listen to his music, you know, no disrespect to the man or his movement or anything like that, but when I listen to his music, I'm not moved by it. I feel like I'm listening to like French Montana mixed with like, you know, everything is like, you know, it's like all up here and just very pointless, you know. Like if it was like Tupac level, Biggie level, or something like that, maybe I could agree. You know, if there was some things in there that were prophetic to me, and maybe I'm not listening right. You know, these are all things that came after my era. So you hand me something, I might take a bite and just be like, yeah, you know, another cheeseburger. Who cares? So why you put the condiments on the bottom, Wahlburger? Who cares? You know, like it may not impress me, right, in some ways. So I don't know. Just something about his music that didn't blow me away, man.
I'm with you on that, Frankie. I mean, I didn't listen to a lot of it to give a real opinion, but with what I did listen to, it was nothing like Biggie and Pac level. I mean, I don't want to put. No, I do. Biggie and Pac are on a pedestal. You know, you gotta understand these are two different dudes that did some big things, and to compare it to them, you better have done some big things. Some people may believe Nipsey Hussle have done some big things.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Yohani. Listen real quick, bro. We have to remember that you never see a picture of Biggie handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving, right? And that's what Nipsey Hussle did different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, even though his bars wasn't this and his music wasn't impactful,
he cared about
the stories you hear about how he gave back to the neighborhood, he was acting like those old gangsters in the old movies where he was like, turkeys on Thanksgiving for the whole neighborhood. Kids get bikes on Christmas. You know, that's the difference. So that's maybe where my delusion is that I'm just judging him on music. I'm going, okay, well, your bars are all right. You're just an average rapper. Cool.
Maybe he was a dope ass dude, but I'm judging him on music as well. And to me, I wasn't taken back by it. Maybe he was a dope dude and he'll be missed, but I'm talking about music. And music, I wasn't like, oh, he was on he was like a little Snoop, I would say. He's not even on Snoop's level, you know? So Snoop was a shit. Pac, Biggie was talking some big names. Nipsey Hussle is just because he died, he doesn't mean it just gets elevated to that level automatically. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. NOS. What do you think of the whole, like, you know, he was married to a girl who was and this is, I feel bad because I'm not studied on this well, but he's married to a girl who was a famous actress, or I don't know if he was married or not, but they were together. She's gorgeous. She's beyond beautiful. One of the most beautiful, dark,
Women.
cream
To me,
ladies.
she is the most, to my opinion, most beautiful black woman of all time.
She's one of
There's
the.
very
I couldn't
few.
agree with you more.
There's very few. Like I would say, Naomi Campbell. To me, there's a certain elegance, and she's to me one of the most beautiful black women. But definitely, his girl, I forgot her name right now. She
Yeah.
is just something
I,
about
I,
her.
I want to say Stacey Dash, but that's definitely not it.
No,
But
she's great
regardless,
too.
beautiful girl, right? And you have this iconic character next to her who's doing sort of street level moves, and he's being called the young Snoop, and because he looks like Snoop and he's got the tattoos and he's kind of giving back to the neighborhood a lot like Snoop did when he starts like a football league or whatever. So I can only judge the man off his music, and his taste in women, unfortunately, and that's a cultural thing. There's not a lot I can do to get around that. But that was always a struggle for me, was to listen to his music. So I'm glad, Yoani, that on some levels I got somebody that could be like, yeah, okay,
I like
it didn't rattle my cages either, like
I like where
everything
his
else he
head was
did.
at.
Wow. But his
I
music, I
like
was
where
just like,
his
all right, cool. You and French Montana, go ahead with your bad selves, like, cool.
I like where his head was at. He cared about people. Pac cared about people. They had both big things to say, but we're not talking about, what they had to say. We're talking about the music. But
Yeah.
he definitely was a different cat that he cared and he had some good things to say. But, we're talking about the music. So on the music level, he ain't up there even on my charts.
Okay. Okay. Well, shit. Last one I wanted to talk about for 22 was Fife Dog, the
And
Forever album.
I sent you both that little clip there with Busta and Fife, and I made me miss
Yep.
him. Like,
Wow.
man,
Yep.
and I don't think that he's gotten enough
Wow.
attention or credit. He is dope, man. I mean, Q-Tip is the shit, but he ain't. Tribe ain't nothing without Fife. Both of them made Tribe what they are, plus their DJ. But I miss him. It's a shame that they couldn't get along and make more
Yeah.
dope ass music, but they both had a lot to offer, and this dude had a lot. Uh, he was a little like Mighty Mouse, and he had a lot to say, and he came and he brought it every time. I love Tribe. It was one of my favorite groups of all time. And if y'all don't know who Tribe are, Tribe Called Quest, go check them out. I was even jamming to the old tape the other day, and I was like, you know how when you listen to music you haven't listened to in a while, and it's somebody you love, and you start listening to it with new ears, fresh
Yeah.
ears, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, it's not as much as I used to. Maybe I built it up more in my head, but it still had so much there. It's like at a primary level, but that's what people built on. The people that we have today wouldn't be who they are if it wasn't for Tribe. That's like
Yep.
Andre 3000, Outkast. I mean, a lot of people got and jumped off this conscious rap and black Black Sheep and all these cats back then. So Tribe is there at the top of the list. Just last night when we were at the art show, there was the lady there selling shirts. I had to take a picture of the Tribe Called Quest shirt. There's somebody that needs to be remembered, respected, and Fife is a big part of that element. So big ups to Fife and everything he had to contribute to the game. And when I saw that little video with Busta and Fife, and I was like, damn, bro, I miss this guy. He was awesome.
Special person, man. Have you guys ever got to see him live?
No.
No, never
Oh,
got a
man.
chance.
So fortunately for me, I was blessed to see him twice in concert. The entire Tribe Called Quest, once with Consequence. So I don't know if you remember when Tribe Called Quest started. It was Fife, Q-Tip, and Jerobi, right? That
Yep.
was their DJ. Then they took on Ali Shaheed Muhammad, which later became part of what was that R&B group? Lucy Pearl, and then Sadiq. What was his name? Raphael Sadiq, and him and them started a group, right? So, I have a deep tie to Tribe Called Quest because it was one of the first hip hop groups that really changed the sound of hip hop for me. They were doing this sort of bohemian, sampled, jazz sound that not a lot of other people were doing. They were breaking the norm with the way they dressed. You know, everybody else was gold chains and flat tops. I'm Eric B and Rakim, and here's these guys like, now we got Tommy Hilfiger fluff flower shirts with, you know, Gerbo jeans or pants on the bottom with, you know, Rafael Lameros or whatever they call the
They were
penny
like, to
loafers,
me,
you know.
it looked like hip hop, like hip hop hippies. I mean,
Right.
and I
Yes.
left my wallet in El
Yes.
Segundo, and that to me,
El
that
Segundo.
video, it made an impact on me. And I used
Big
to watch it
time.
on Yo MTV Raps,
Ooh,
and
salute.
I
Big
love
Tigger.
that, man.
Salute, bro. Salute.
And then they came out with Midnight Marauders and Bonita Applebum. You got it going
Oh,
on.
come on.
And,
Stop
I
right
mean,
there, bro. Bonita Applebum. Who the fuck has not made out to a girl to Bonita Applebum? Who has not sat there and cried over an ex-girlfriend to a Bonita Applebum song? That shit's fucking legendary, bro.
if
Fucking,
you got to come
you got to
up with-
remember, if you go back and you do your research on Tribe, right? Here's one of the things that's genius about Tribe. It's who their engineer was. You know, they weren't just making shit in a New York apartment like Nas and Wu-Tang were. They were making shit in big, giant studios that were for rock bands, for legendary rock bands, disco bands, funk bands, house bands. Hip hop was like, yeah, all right, let these little fucking kids in, whatever. And this guy embraced them. I forget his name, man. I'm so lazy right now. I don't even want to Google it. But there's a guy who was part of the Tribe Called Quest movement. He's their engineer, their sound engineer. He's a white guy, has a ponytail, and he comes from the rock movement. He's the reason Tribe Called Quest sounds the way they sound. Okay, he's the difference between Wu-Tang sort of dusty, crusty demo quality pancake and egg sound and Tribe Called Quest, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, fucking disco funk sound. You know what I mean?
It was Bob Powers, the guy.
Bob fucking Powers, NOS, my brother, bless Buddha Monk, leader of the Core Culture podcast. We are in your presence, my man. Thank you for your Googles.
Bro, Bob
Powers, big
your
shout to
Google
Bob
figures.
Powers.
Like trying to figure out who the fuck it was.
If you
I
go
needed to
back
know.
to Chung King Studios,
that
the
dude is-
D&D, all these, right? That Bob Powers was there. You know, this is one of those secret weapons. You know, we want to give credit to Fife.
he was the low end theory mastermind.
And many other songs.
Oh.
Go look back, bro. A lot of the native tongue stuff, Queen Latifah, Yohani,
Yep.
you mentioned that earlier. A lot of that stuff was Bob Powers. He's sitting there mixing this shit, bro, while he's dealing with Guns N' Roses and whoever knows, you know, whoever the fuck stumbles in, you know, the one-winged dove sings the song, starts singing. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, you know what I mean? Come on, bro, right? Now you got to give
Yeah.
credit, bro. White
Yeah.
boys and hip hop they've always made hip hop more flavorful. They bring that gumbo flavor, they bring that fucking crawfish flavor in there. You know what I mean? You got fucking Rick Rubin holding it down, right? Like, look at the dude that makes all the fucking T-Pain shit. You know, like they're all white dudes, bro. You know, and they're back there just cranking out beats and happy as fuck. Like, yeah, this is my life. I'm Scott fucking Storch. Look at me go.
There's a lot of white dudes. There's a lot of white dudes in St. Pete. When I was there without y'all, I never seen so many white dudes rapping in the same room. I was like, I wish y'all were here.
Right.
But anyway, Tribe had a definite different sound, and each of their albums were a little different. And even on the solo with Q-Tip, I mean, they added a whole lot to the game. If you love hip hop and you don't know who Tribe are, you need to do your homework, man, because they have a lot of great content that they've created over the years that made the game better, made people think and say, I got to go back to the drawing board because these guys, like even the newer stuff, everything's Stressed Out, one of my favorite. What's the other one? There's one that I can't think of right now, but it's just some music. It puts you in a certain feeling, whatever you're going through in life. You know, you listen to it and make you dive into your feelings and work them out. And not that he's hip hop, but Bob Marley has always been somebody I've gone to. But Tribe Called Quest, and some of their songs have also been someone I've gone to, and I love Tribe and everything. Outcast. It's like you see a change over the years. You see them getting better. You see the different sounds, something more to offer,
Yeah.
and they've gone with the times. They've stayed relevant. And somebody that I even rock it till this day. I be rocking my Tribe Called Quest shirt. So,
Well, I mean, let's touch on that real quick, Yohani, while I got you, my brother. You being an artist is one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of the rappers that you appreciate the most, there's something artistic sort of behind them, right? So Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, look at the album cover. It's all very art focused. If it's not hand painted art, green and red, hyper colors, sort of fluorescent thing going on, it's like art, Photoshop shit. Outcast, airbrush, Southern art. So
yeah,
now
well,
that I think about your taste and kind of watching you navigate hip hop and all that, I think there's sort of a, where we forget about the art that's behind a lot of these groups. Look at Far Side and their amazing album artwork cover, of them riding
it's
the
funny.
roller coaster and all that, right?
Hieroglyphs.
It's funny that you
Hieroglyphics.
say that
Hieroglyphics.
because art does have a big impact on hip hop and hip hop on art. To me, the two go hand in hand. If I'm going to create a piece, I have to have music. I cannot work without it. I'm gonna go dive into some things, and when I get in the zone, I'll listen to the same thing over and over and over. Like I'm getting deep into that song. That song then becomes fused with the art. So now when I listen to that song again, now I think of that art piece. Or if I look at that art piece, now I think of that song. Like there's some art that I did with Lupe Fiasco that every time I listen to it, I think of that piece I was working on. It's cool that Tribe Called Quest came out with that picture of the lady with the green and like that bright orange, and there was an influence on Outkast, and he came up with his own naked lady and the colors and stuff. And y'all need to open your eyes to these things. It's all art. It's all creative. It's all flowing, organic, and get with it. Whatever you can do in that, it doesn't matter what it is. Jump on it, go with it, and it'll take you to somewhere that you'll be like, now I understand, or now I'm deeper in it, connected. And these artists, like Andre 3000 is an artist. It's as far as painting artists, some of these are connecting on another level. I'm connecting on that level so I can understand and appreciate it. So yes, it is all hand in hand connected, and I was actually going to come up with a new art piece and what is the word?
Commemorate.
Commemorate that album with Tribe. I was gonna have a sexier naked lady.
Wow. You know what? I love that because I was thinking in my mind for the last couple weeks now. I was like, I would love to get a piece from Yohani for the studio. I would love to commission my homie Yo to make something. So I would love something Tribe inspired like that. Not only
Well,
that,
I'll let you know.
think about it from this perspective too. I know you're constantly, championing for hip hop. You're constantly bigging up your local guys, giving them credit, grabbing their flags, taking it to the top of the mountain from them. So maybe there's a way you can kind of contribute to their movement. It would be dope to see you start tackling some of their album covers. Like
Well, there's
literally
one
going, yo,
guy.
let me do your album cover. I'll paint out some shit, draw some shit, whatever, however you want to work it out. You throw it on your album cover. I get exposure. You get exposure, and off it goes. And you try to knock out like 5 artists that you really like from the local area, Central Florida, whatever it is. You knock that out. You do 5 pieces, right? And then boom. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there was one guy in particular that I was gonna try to have him on the show today, Pusha Preem, and he wears a mask on his face. And there's some other ones that have masks on their face. They care more about the music than their own image. So I kind of appreciate and respect that. So yeah, if I was to do some kind of art locally, definitely would have those guys. They have these like this show that's popular now, The Masked Singer. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's cool. Like a lot of these cats now, they it's acceptable to come out with these masks and nobody's questioning it. But they get to explore the art. and dive into that. He's like, I don't want to be popular, and like these DJs, they do a lot of that. They don't want to be out in public and be noticed, so they can be now able to go out and be those badass DJs or artists, and it's an image, that character that they play. But when they're in their own life and they want to go to Disney World or a restaurant, they don't want to be bothered to sign some autographs. So I understand it. As far as these tribe, yes, I'm gonna come up with something, and I'll get you something cool real soon. I don't know how soon, but I definitely was already thinking of that. I want to come up with a real sexy lady and have her painted like that Tribe album.
I love it, bro.
And,
I love
or
it. That
even
would
I
be
was
dope.
even wanted to
Have you
come
ever
out.
thought of doing have you ever thought of doing like live painting where you actually have like body models in the spot? Because you're always at these clubs. I always see you popping. Like you're an artist. Why don't you bring in a couple of models that are willing to get in bikinis and let people paint them? You dip a little paint.
I did do a little live painting
Oh
like a
shit.
couple weeks ago, and I
Okay.
like the live painting because I get into the music. I put my music on, and I start dancing a little bit while I'm painting. So it's kind of a whole show. But I have a wife, so I can't do the whole body art. But I would. I have another guy that's real talented that I know he does the airbrush on these fine looking women's bodies, and yeah, I would do that, but yeah, my wife is not too happy about it, so I'm gonna have to stick to
Nah,
the
but here's the thing.
canvas.
Here's the thing, Yohani. There was a time where I was a married man, and I took my wife to one, and I thought the same shit, and she was upset. Why would you bring me to this shit? I can't believe it. Right, 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 right. And when she got there, bro, she was like a butterfly. She's like, I'm painting everybody. And she was painting and having the time of her fucking life. And later on, it was like, this is amazing, So it's one of those comfort zone things, you as an artist, you just gotta, you gotta remember to just paint the picture, bro. You're an artist. You're saying to yourself, hey, listen, I'm doing this for the art. I'm gonna bring in a couple of beautiful models to this spot. They're gonna give us a free bar tab. We can drink all the Stellas we want all night long, baby. Me and you are gonna stand up there looking proud and tall over our exhibit where we got two chicks to stand in front of the DJ booth and get painted.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm with
yeah.
married to a jealous Hispanic. She don't give two shits.
We
She'd
all
be
are,
like,
bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
she's got
That's
some
what I'm trying to say. It's
big
possible,
old
bro.
bitties, so you are not doing that. She
Bro.
doesn't want me photographing no thongs, no booty shots. So
No,
yeah,
it's not.
I gotta
You're not
tread
photographing. You're
lightly.
the host, bro. You're like, yo, this is my exhibit. You have like 5 of your paintings in the back, and then you have your girls set up for other people to paint. It's not you painting them. It's not you, caressing the breast of this girl with your brush of red, crimson, tomato paste, whatever color, right? You get what I'm saying, bro, right? This is like
Yeah.
you
If I
orchestrating.
had
You and your
a
wife are sitting
team,
back like, yeah, that's right. Go ahead, paint that girl, taking pictures, and then you're selling paintings in the back when people are like, those are yours, I don't know. I it's just something that I would love to see for my boy because I know you're such a like avant-garde sort of artist. You know what I'm saying? I can
yeah,
tell.
definitely. If I have somebody else doing it, sure, you go do that. I'll watch. But no, I can't physically touch
You
her
need a
with my
manager, bro.
brush.
I'll pimp it out for you, bro.
All
All
right,
right,
What
man.
you
man.
Well,
want?
listen. Let's take a quick break here. Let's get into some music here before the end of the
Yes,
show. Something
yes.
I want to showcase on the show this week. It's the homie Mike Mass here out of Tampa. This one's called "I Just Go." Here we go.
Mike Mass, where you at? Core Culture Podcast. We don't fucking play. I could pretend I'm hearing it, but it's like listen close. I'm trying to run hard and I'll be bussing on the card in them dark, man. Yeah, I could rhyme like them Pinellas County niggas, or I could do like a New York flow. Yo, we're not hearing no Mike Mass. Where we at? Yo, Noslin.
We ain't hearing shit.
We are
Bro, you
experiencing
guys ain't
technical
getting it?
difficulties.
No.
Please stand by.
Oh
for
my
the
god,
Core
I
Culture
put it on there. Well, anyway, sorry guys if you can't hear it. I know the crowd can. But anyway, it's Mike Mass. It's called "I Just Go." If you guys want to hear some dope tunes, man, definitely look into Mike Mass.
There we go.
I'll hear something. And no more.
Oh, we lost it.
All right, there it
Mike
is.
Mass.
man. There you go.
Music's so
There's a
dope.
quick little,
It's not even allowed to be played in certain states.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know why it's not going to you guys. I thought I had the audio routed. Apparently I can't. So I'm gonna have to work on that. But the crowd was definitely able to hear it. I could see it on the monitor on my side. So shout out to everybody who tuned in this week. This is gonna bring us to the end of the show, man. First off, let's give a shout out to everybody who tunes in each and every week, man. If it wasn't for you guys, we probably wouldn't even have a show. So first of all, thank you. As always, we're going to be keeping doing the show at these hours. Really, nothing's going to change. I don't really have anything else that I think we should be doing at this point. If you guys are feeling this shit, man, let me know. I definitely want to make sure that we get some feedback from you guys, so you know where to find us on Twitter at Core Culture Pod, on Facebook at Core Culture Pod, and of course on Instagram 0C Media. And then you can check me out. I am The Real Noslin everywhere. Frankie, where can they find you?
At Frankie Hovers worldwide everywhere. Also check out my at Flying Junkies crew. Big shout out to my Core Culture Podcast family. One love, brothers. It's been a blessing. Peace.
Yeah, Yohani, where can they find you, bro?
Rodriguez Photo and Art on Facebook and Instagram, or also hip-hop_podcast on Instagram. We do want to hear from you because I feel like I'm disconnected. I don't really hear from you people. Shoot me a DM or get on there and put some comments. Want to hear what y'all think about the show. I love the show. I love these two cats right here. I love to, shooting the shit. And I want to continue, keep growing, keep doing our thing. We love hip hop, and I hope y'all feel it.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's end the show with the shout outs to everybody who was listening. This week, we got Florida, Georgia, and Virginia showing up. We've got Cuba showing up. We've got Canada showing up. We've got China showing up. And we've got Romania, Bucharest, to be specific. Shout out to all the heads from over there that showed up this week, man. Definitely showing love from around the world. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, you can catch us every second and fourth Sunday of the month for the live show. And of course, you can check out the video feeds that I put on our website at zerochillmedia.com. All right, everybody. We'll catch you for the next one. Peace.
Cuba in the house. Mi gente, que
Bucharest. Where you at?
Bucharest was chilling.
Core Culture Podcast. Peace and blessings, brothers.